most important component in a short documentary film?
Getting the point across.
Condensed information.
What message did you get from this documentary?
Lots of the youth are, mainly the youth, not responsible and not thinking of consequences, but that also is a natural reaction to being in an environment with your friends and being excited.
Is this message clear? Do you think they delivered it effectively?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
I don't know, the visuals, the kind of, especially like the sound effects and stuff. With the animations as well, I think maybe they were a bit towards the end where there was like blood splatters. I think that was a bit too much, but yeah.
What do you think about the actions of the main characters? Do you agree with them?
It was good that they used real examples in the video, so it's more than just facts and numbers. It gives more meaning to the video, and that makes you sympathize with it more.
I did feel like though they kind of were talking for quite a while. I mean, like it was divided quite nicely, but each person was talking for a while, and then one of the guy who was talking about his story, it didn't really end. I would like to know what happened.
What had the biggest impact on you in this documentary?
I think the actual visuals, like with like the car tumbling down and like seeing the guy jump out and like run to the side, and also the fact that the story was real.
Yeah, I think the reality of the story.
What should be improved in this documentary?
I think at the beginning and the end, at the beginning I remember when there was the voiceover, there was one of the parts where there was like a statistic there, and I didn't hear what he said, and then the screen thing passed by too quickly, so I completely missed it.
So it's too distracting.
Yeah, it's like, no, the beginning, like I like the animation of like the car and everything, like that's very good, it makes it look very professional, but I think like there's a lot of different fonts going on, like towards the end, the middle, and like you need a bit more of a consistent theme.
I think his story should have been ended. We at least deserve to find out what happened in the end.
Because that's kind of like the main theme of the thing.
And what about the pace of the documentary? Was it very faster?
I think a little bit of a faster pace, but with more clarity in the voiceover. That's all it really needed. It's not the pace, it's just the clarity of like microphone, what's been spoken, the way it's been said.
I agree with that.
What do you think of reckless driving in general?
I think it's stupid. I don't agree with it.
Some people have the skill, but there's a lot of people that think that they do have the skill, and that is there's a line between that, and not everyone. Some people cross that line and it gets too dangerous and ends up terribly.
So what do you think attracts people to stunt driving then?
I think it's the boredom here. In a country, like you only find it in the Middle East where there is stuff to do, but it's not like the UK where you can go out and do things like in the weather. Like here, the weather's too hot, so people stay inside their cars and do adventurous stuff in an air-conditioned, environment. So like, they just go and do reckless things with their cars, and it's just boredom. On the weekdays, you won't find that many people there. It's mainly on the weekends, on like a Friday, where everyone goes, and I think it's just purely due to boredom.
So you think lack of activities is what makes it especially prevalent?
Yeah, and like just like lack of like general stimulation to the people.
Yeah.
What do you think is effective, but now in more technical terms? So it's in terms of soundtrack, characters, camera work, editing.
The soundtrack, I liked it. I think like that was good.
It fit with the theme of the video quite
Yeah,
well.
it like got like helped portray the effect of the message really well. But I didn't like the subtitles. I didn't like the way they looked, and I also didn't like the visual of the camera. I don't know, for some reason the colors looked a bit too bright, and it kind of contrasted with the plot of the short story. So like, I don't know, there was some effect that made the colors brighter, and I was
I didn't
kind of
really like the location at which the paramedic was sitting in.
Yeah.
It wasn't really relevant to anything.
it didn't really look very professional
Yeah.
either. Yeah.
And finally, in a documentary, do you prefer a focus on interviews or more focus on action?
I think if you look at both sides, then it turns into just a kind of debate between the people in the video, and it won't actually be a message, like something with a purpose like it has now. So I think it's good that you kept it one-sided. But with the interviews and like the action, it's you kind of kept it pretty well. Like you just have to have a balance of the interview and then the voiceover with the visual of the cars, and you know, because there's not really much you could do apart from an interview to get information, but then keeping clips that are relevant to what they're saying in it was it was good. Yeah, I can't really comment much on that.